Hi everyone, another video with the Digitone today, as it's Digitone week here on my channel. So today I thought I would get into some FM percussion. Let's look at the sound image in engine, the FM engine, and see if I can program something more interesting than this. So, empty pattern, all the tracks have this initialized sound. Let's just start tweaking some stuff here. So we have 8 algorithms to choose from. Out of the gate, not all of them will sound different. This definitely does. And then we have these ratios here for the A, B, and C operators. Let's just see how that changes things. Okay. All the sound is basically coming from X. That's because of the mix parameter here. Now it's coming from Y. Very deep bass. I actually like this in the middle. And then you can change the harmonics. Sort of a wave folding like thing going on here. I like that. Detune. Feedback. So operator B here, another one that goes to the Y output. That's feeding back on itself. That basically creates a sawtooth-like wave, and then further on, if you increase the feedback, it becomes very noisy. I like it as it is. And then there's a second page, synth 1. And this is ratio offset. So what the first page ratios do is they decide the relative pitch of the operators in a ratio. So if you play an octave up, the pitch multiplies by 2, I think, for all of them. I think that's how that works. But then with the offset, you can say, well, I want that many cents of pitch or whatever, or percentage. Well, not percentage, but a fixed amount, I think, is the idea, the offset. And then so it works in a slightly different way. I'm going to leave that alone. There's yet another synth page here. Envelopes for A and B. Both have a level set to 0. So basically A and B are not playing. Whereas, and this is one thing I do have to look into, because the B oscillator is definitely giving an operator is giving output to Y, but I guess this is about modulation, and then you get a 3-stage envelope. So that adds some attack. Let's see what this does. The B one. So now, for what I did is A is modulating C, right? So just give it a little bit of now a lot, or maybe a long attack. Can go back to page 1 and change the ratio of A. That's a nice sort of metallic ring. Okay, B, what's B doing? Not a lot, because that makes sense. B isn't actually modulating anything. One B output is operator is going to X, and the other one's going to Y. So might as well leave that alone. And then this has another page. Just a sip of my coffee here. Delay, retrig. So that delays the envelope starting on the other page. It's basically an envelope. So it's This is an attack decay end, so I get ADE envelope. And level, I think, is like a sustain. Yeah, so you could say it's an ADS envelope. And then this one, the delay, means it's a delay, so DADS would be more precise actually. Envelope reset, phase reset. This is really cool. So this allows you to have either a free running oscillator operator or a resetting one. Again, this is not a tutorial, people. I'm just exploring this stuff. And then this one does nothing. And then these have the same. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so that delays the B. You can get like flam-like things, like hits that follow each other in a very short time. Useful stuff. Okay, so that's a little bit about the synth engine. And just for fun, you can change everything up by changing the algorithm. Let's go back to this one. Filter. Filter's not doing anything at this point in time. Let's go for like a snappy, zappy filter with envelope and a lot of, well, yeah, resonance. It's clipping. Can turn anything in a zap if you make the decay short enough. This is a full ADSR envelope, by the way. So, and so is the amp envelope. So it's just the operator envelopes, individual operator envelopes that are a little bit more limited, but that was a conscious design decision by Electron, I think. Anyway. But there's more. There's drive. A very nice sounding overdrive. And if it still doesn't sound good by now, we have the effects. Especially this very nice reverb. If I press function and amp, it goes to the reverb page. I can change the effects. So extremely useful, this high shelf and low cut or high pass filter. It's actually also a low pass. So you can fine tune the reverb and the pre-delay, and not much esoteric parameters on certain reverbs that I don't understand. For instance, I love Valhalla Room VST, but I don't understand all of its parameters. This is very straightforward. I'm sure Valhalla Room can do more, but this is good enough for what it is. Coffee. Right, that's coffee done. This is sounding like a very cheesy FM patch. Maybe we can mess it up a little bit with the offsets. Wow. Maybe dial back to reverb a little bit. Yeah. Ooh. Now we go into dissonant metallic stuff that FM is known for, as well as cheesy e-pianos and I don't know, marimbas and stuff. Okay, so we have a suitably messed up sounding patch here. Now let's make something. Let's engage metronome. Active. Yes. Tempo. $130, yes. Okay. Tick, tick, tick. Perhaps we can add a little bit of delay, but not the one we have now, but like a slapback. So delay, function filter gets us the delay page. Minimal feedback. One repeat, that's great. The X is like crossover, like ping pong, we don't need that. Now for the time, this is always tricky on electron stuff. I wish they would just include like time divisions, like this one, 128. So they do, but you have to press function, and then so this is an improvement over machines that didn't have this. I would have to go back to the Digitact and see whether that does it as well. 1/8. And then very useful again, the delay has its own high pass, low pass filters and a reverb send. Awesome. You get the idea with these electron people that they're very smart, that they've really thought of everything. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, increase the delay. So sort of like a slapback. Okay. Maybe dial back the filter envelope a little bit. Yeah. And then of course, LFO. Haven't used that one yet. Well, let's be imaginative. Sarcasm. Frequency filter. Cutoff frequency. Depth. Just a little bit. Speed. Slow. Again, does this work with time divisions? Well, it's in steps of 4. I guess that's something. Let's put it to the extreme. See what that does. Okay, that gives us an idea of the tempo. I think second page, yeah, you get the multiplier, the BPM multiplier. Let's make that slow. 1 BPM. Then there are the envelope modes. So I think now it's free running. Yep. You can have a trigger. I said envelope modes. I meant LFO modes. But actually that's a little bit like a Freudian slip because it can work as an envelope. Yeah. Okay. Let's get rid of the metronome and get one of these great sounding kicks that this box does. Let's use the filtering search. That is, oh, that's already a good one. Nice dry kick. Boom. Maybe some distortion, some drive. As you can know it's, well, at this setting it's not that subtle, but overall it's not a crazy distortion. It's just a very good distortion. Making a good digital distortion is not easy. I have several plugins, and especially on kicks, it's sometimes hard to find a good distortion sound. Yeah. Okay. What else? Maybe a bass. Let's see what we have in the way of bass patches here. So stop filtering kick. Put on a bass filter. Bass. Send more bass. Kick bass. Okay. Ooh, very FM-y. Ooh, what was that? That's something that has a really interesting long tail. Not this one. This one, yeah. Cool sound. Oh, let's just select that one. Let's go for a high pass filter. Ooh. You know what? Yeah, let's leave that at what it was. But we have the second filter. Let's get rid of some of the low end, that sound. I think I like it more as a... whatever this is. Doesn't really fit with the rest. Maybe if we drown it in reverb, that'll help. Just make it very low volume and then maximum reverb. Oh, we're already at maximum reverb. I mean, that is a limitation, that there are no no inline effects other than the drive and the filters. Would be nice to have a reverb per track, but hey, that is, I guess, all the compute power they had. Something like the Octatrack can do that, but then again, people say the reverb doesn't sound as good as on here. How about polyphonic? You know, I realize I have not once played polyphonic with this thing, and it is an 8-voice synthesizer. So let's find another patch, like a, I don't know, not a bass, but strings or something, like polysynth stuff. I need to get rid of the other filter. I guess there are no bass strings. Okay, PD. Wow. String. I guess it doesn't mean strings in the traditional sense. Something like polysynth, maybe? Is there something like that? Texture. I guess that means texture. Oh, very loud. And not really the ballpark. I'm looking for texture, as effect, chords, of course. Ooh. So, C. This would be a minor triad. That's another idea I had. I will do a video on dub chords on this thing tomorrow, because I think it was made for that. I also know there's like a chord mode in the note menu. It's also something to explore, of course. You know what? This is, you know, when the presets aren't cutting it. Let's just go to function. How do you do that? Oh yeah, this one. clear the tracks. We're just gonna make something. Yeah, let's make something. Synth 1. Let's make it like a dissonant, bad, weird thing. A few octaves lower. Random algo. This has a lot of self-modulation, I guess. Then we need to go to the page here. Mess with the envelope. Yeah. No delays. Let's see. Let's go fully to the X. It's already there. That's an extra harmonic there. The offsets. Okay, B1, B2. Which one is B1 and which one's B2 in this algorithm? I would say that the bottom one is 1 and the top one is 2, but I'm not sure. Again, that's something for the manual. Well, we can find out, because if we go to the Y output, then we get just the sound from 1B. It's B1, yeah, okay. Let's put it 50-50. Some offsets here. For something spooky. And envelope, let's have that come in a little bit slower, yeah, and a little bit of a release, or a lot, of course, tons of reverb. Yeah, it's becoming a bit loud. Dial it back. Chorus. Delay, why not? We set the delay up as a short slapback thing, so probably not that helpful. Here we go. Okay, let's give this individual track, per track, a longer length. 64. Pattern max length. Then does this need to be 64 as well? I'm not sure. Let's just go with this for now. Yeah, it stays on the first page, so then max length has to be 64 here as well. Yes. Yeah. Okay, good. Record. No pre-roll. That's because I need to have the metronome active. Otherwise it doesn't pre-roll. I don't want the metronome. Okay, well. Maybe make the attack even longer. Let's save this before I lose it all. And then finally we do need a bass, right? Again, filtering, clear. Oh yeah, that makes sense. And then bass. Why do they put it all the way down there? crazy stuff. That organ, there's a Show Me Love in there. Let's do it. Yeah, Show Me Love. I guess I'm sure there is a The Bells in there as well, somewhere. The ghost of Jeff Mills. Well, actually, Jeff is still alive, so it's not his ghost. But you can do that kind of sounds as well, and also it works as a subtractive synth as well, because with the buzzy operator sound that it can make and the filter, that sounds great. This box can do a lot. Ooh. Should go for just like a subby thing. Right? You know me, rolling subs, of course. And if you don't know, now you know. These are show off, these basses. I mean, if you're into drum and bass and dubstep, there's a lot here, I guess. You know what? Again, let's make something ourselves. Just go low octave. That's low enough. Synth 2, let's do the offset thing. Okay, synth 1, everything to the left. So A modulating C. So if I offset A, I do have to give it some modulation, of course. Here we go. Exploring different harmonics here. That's deep. It's a little bit too deep. Maybe it's a different ratio here. Not that one, this one. Not a lot happening. Am I on the wrong pattern or something? What am I doing wrong here? The pitch perhaps. C8? No, that's the pattern. Dummy. Trig. C5. Yeah, I need to transpose the whole thing. C0. E5. How does this work? Did I just mute everything? I guess I just muted the pattern. That's not a good idea. So yeah, okay. Root notes. That doesn't work. let's just make a very long note. Very long enough. With the amp, release, sustain up. Here we go. And now for a little sidechain-like action, let's use the LFO. This track, no, this track, yeah. Okay, we're on the right thing here. LFO, so destination would be volume of something. Synth, come on. Level. Synth B level, A level, A level, B level. English people will recognize this. Overall level, how about that? Amp. Amp volume. That should do it. Yes. Wave, something like a ramp. Square, exponential, ramp, random. No, ramp, random. Exponential, but inverted. So we will go depth that way. Let's go to the second page. BPM. I think 1 maybe. Mode would be sort of like a one shot. Trig, I think it's trig. Let's see. Mute the rest. Now something with the speed. Maybe it's multiply 4. Maybe it is, yeah. Sounds like it. Together with the kick. That's not the kick. Kick was the second track. Yeah. That's sort of it. I'll go with that. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot about this track is I want to have a little bit of high pass. Let's just use the bass width filter for that. Yeah. And some more movement with the LFO. What shall we modulate with the LFO? You can do something random, of course. Ratio A offset, C offset, something like that could be cool. Just a little bit. Slow speed. Free running mode, slow speed. Can hear it working there. Just increase the release here. You know, we have a second LFO. Let's use that to modulate the panning, and then I'll call this a day. Guess this video is getting long, but who cares? If you like it, you keep watching. If you don't, then you don't. It's all good with me. Actually, tell me what you think about this video if you feel so inclined. Let me know. Panning. Yeah. Left and right. Is everything on? Everything's on. Let's go out of mute mode. Function, yes. Save pattern, okay. So today some more sound design. Started with this metallic, stabby sort of low mid sound. Chose a nice kick. Made an FM pad. Which, again, you know, this machine is so versatile. It can do that very well. Also, something that you can't really get with an analog polysynth. Typically, some will do FM sounds, but not this kind of stuff. And then finally a bass with a sidechain effect. Is that the right tempo though? Probably not. I'll fix that later. Anyway, that's, oh, what did I just do? That's all for today. Press like if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. Check the links in the video description for my finished music that I release on my label Cortex Recordings. You can get that via Bandcamp, SoundCloud, all the major platforms, the streaming platforms, the DJ stores like Beatport and Tracksource and Juno Download. I'm everywhere. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you on the next one. Bye bye.